speak about a parish operational paradigm.
Yeah.
Why is that so important, and why does that lead to change?
The world in which we live has changed and is changing at a more rapid pace. Now that is what I call a BGO, a blinding glimpse of the obvious, right?
Okay, BGO, I like that.
Yeah, there's nobody that doesn't.
That one down.
That's right, take it away. There's
blinding glimpse of the obvious. I got it.
There's nobody that doesn't say, you're right, just the pace has changed and the world has changed. And yet we're trying to apply the same way we operate our parishes in an entirely changed environment. When you and I were growing up, we sometimes lived within walking distance of our parishes. The center of our lives was our parishes. It really didn't matter what we were doing, whether it was social or athletic or interactive, everything was surrounding the parish. And now the challenge is the world has changed and there's so many activities and so many alternatives, and we don't live near our church. And there's so many new nonprofits that are talking about great and wonderful things, and our kids have so many different outlets that they can, and we're still trying to operate it the same way we operated. And the churches have gotten bigger, right? When you had a parish of 50 or 60 and you had a priest and 10 parish council members, maybe you could manage that. But now we have parishes of 300, 400, 500, 800, even more, and we're still trying to manage it.
As we were before.
Right, with one or two priests and a couple of parish council members. Yeah. There's a principle called Dunbar's rule. Forget whether you accept it or not, but his postulate is that you can only really have a personal relationship with about 150 people. Beyond that, it just gets unmanageable. And yet that's what we're dealing with, parishes that are significantly greater, and we can't operate it the same way. And there's more challenges and there's more unique issues. So we have to have a new model. We have to have an operational model. And that's where the new parish operational model comes from. And it actually comes from empowering the individuals to first identify and then live their stewardship callings through the church.
It gives them a sense of ownership is what we're talking about.
No question about it.
Okay.
And a place to plug in a meaningful way.
Right. Okay.
In other words, it's not just the priest or the parish council's job, it's my job.
Right.
And if I want to change something, if I want to improve something, if I want to make something better, if there's a constituency that I see a need, then I need to have the sense of responsibility to step up and help provide a process to deliver that. And that's what becoming a ministry-based organization or operation parish
hugely
does.
important. That's hugely important.
Now, this is not changing the liturgical practice, the sacramental practices. That's way above my pay grade. You got that one.
I got that.
Okay, but from an operational perspective, we have got to give an outlet for all of our parishioners to actively engage in one or more ministries that are meaningful to them, that are important to them. And it's going to change over time. Maybe when they have kids, they're at this level and this. Maybe when they get older, they're worried about seniors. Maybe when they're this.
It changes as the age
goes.
Right. Yeah.
And what we find, Father, is there's such massive diversity of experience within our parishioners that we don't even know about. I was doing an open forum once in a different metropolis, and we were talking about the goals that we wanted to accomplish. And person after person came up to the microphone and always said something like, well, you don't know this, but in my former life or in my current life, I do this. And it was something we could use. And we connected the dots between two people, and naturally they started getting excited and involved. And it created a sense of enthusiasm in the whole organization because they said, we have a vision, we know where we're going, we have some goals, I have a place to plug in. And when I come up with a new idea, I don't hear somebody saying no. I hear somebody saying how. Right?
Big difference.
Big difference.
No and how.
Right. And so we're creating a new paradigm that is consistent with Christ's church. I mean, his commandment was go and make disciples of all nations, right?
Very clear.
Very clear. And we are now creating a paradigm to give an opportunity for all these individuals to step forward in their own level of discipleship and their own level of living their calling. And we're giving them a vibrant parish community into which they can invest themselves and their time and their talents and therefore make a big difference in the world.